Hi, Libra, Schoolhouse Intuitive. Thank you so much for being here. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you're doing well. Let's get some cards for you. We will look into what's coming in, what to expect. This is a timeless reading, though, so it could resonate when you find it, right? So timing is always kind of interesting when it comes to general readings like this. But we'll look into money, love, a little bit of everything. So you'll find these messages could resonate with any area of your life. Let's see, what do we have for you? Some Moonology cards for you. We have a few on the table. Let's see, what do we have? We'll get angel numbers and animal numbers too, or angel cards, animal cards and angel numbers. Okay, time to breathe out. Confidence is key to your success. A time for healing. And what do you know? Adjustments are required. Pretty sure you had this in your weekly reading on Sunday as well. And actually, these came out in this order. Okay, there. Adjustments are required. I think it was this. Maybe, okay. Anyway, that's good. We have it on the bottom of the deck. Be bold and make the first move too. There's a time for healing. I'm loving the Moonology cards lately. I really love these cards anyway. They're by Yasmin Boland. All the decks I use are in the description box if you're interested. Now, let's use the Mystic Soul Tarot deck by Christina Mitchell of Moon and Cactus. This is the deck I've decided to use on both of my channels this week. Libra, guess what? On Mantic Mystic Messages, you actually get a bonus reading this week. So the other channel, Mantic Mystic Messages, where I read for all signs, your reading's coming out there tomorrow. So I did one for Gemini yesterday, and then you'll have one for you'll have one on Wednesday. So you actually get multiple readings this week. You get like 4 readings from me. And if you remember, you get 5. And that's just for Libra. So far what you have out, you have the 6 of Swords and the 8 of Wands. You're moving on, and it's going to be a little quicker than I think maybe even you realize. You've made some adjustments here. Now, this is like if you make the adjustments needed and you have addressed some things in your life here, there is a like maybe some endings for some of you. There is this period now, this shift, this transition. The 8 of Wands can indicate something quick, all right? Rapid action, maybe even after a time of things not moving for a while. I kind of feel like Hanged Man energy here. But you do have this time period now where the energies are shifting. Energies are shifting. We have a lot of planetary things going on, like that have quickly, or that are, big planetary shifts. I'm not an astrologer, but I just feel like things happening this year are really, there are some big shifts for a lot of you, depending what your chart says and all that. There's just some, because of the outer planets, I guess, moving all around. A lot of big shifts. All right. So I think a lot of us are affected. You have the 6 of Cups. This is what's under. Take time to breathe out. There is no going back. All right. I'm getting that for a lot of you. There is no going back. Okay. I'm actually picking up on someone. So I do channel messages. If you're new to my channel, I'm intuitive as well. So I channel. But I'm getting like some of you really you're looking at, some of you may have like a reunion this year, an important reunion, because I am getting kind of looking back at it, even old pictures too. And not just because it's the 6 of Cups. I actually don't always get that with this card, but with this particular deck, I am getting that. I can actually hear, because I'm clairaudient, I can hear someone going through photos, like paper version. I'm hearing the kind of the shuffling and the looking through, and I'm feeling the energy of like people sitting and doing that. Like maybe you're doing that with someone. You could be going through photographs together from the past. All right. So let's see what else we have. Only take what resonates with these readings. They're general. They're not personal. Okay. Please read the disclaimer. You have free will, final say, and you know best. Yeah, you have Death card here. All right. So this is transformation. And you have these, you have dragonfly, you have a butterfly or a moth, or multiple actually. You have some larva here. And this is just what this is letting you know is that things happen in stages. That's life. There's closure, there's new beginning, there's like how even like with gardening, you have like, the compost from, other things that were once alive, then feed into the garden and out comes, new growth from that. So from something ending, there is new growth. You are dreaming, you are weaving your dreams here. There's a spider on this card. You're in charge, and you have the snake card, and it is the year of the snake. So maybe you resonate with that. Maybe you were born the year of the snake, but that's about shedding what is no longer serving you, what you've outgrown. What have you outgrown? What are you ready to release? What are you moving on from? You've got the Six of Swords. You're moving on from something. You've realized, and the adjustments are required. You're making the adjustments. You're getting self-centered here, and not self-centered, but maybe, getting yourself centered. Despite what's gone on in the past, I feel as though maybe some of you are finally noticing and acknowledging, hey, you've gone through so many different obstacles and you've had to go through so much. And it's all led to this point, right? And because you've had to go through all of that, you should have confidence in your success and your ability to go forward and your ability to continue to heal. Because we are, again, with these cards, like we're entering into another time of healing. I feel that by taking action and by actually, moving on from something, that alone is going to be healing. Maybe you're actually, I'm picking on someone like actually cleaning out their attic, and because you're letting go of objects from the past, it's like freeing for your whole being, just in getting rid of like things, you're actually clearing out like a lot of emotional clutter too, it feels like, or energetic clutter. Look at that. Look at this. And that's exactly what I'm talking about here. The Eight of Cups. Do we always know in the Eight of Cups where we're headed? No. And that's where, again, confidence is key here. Confidence is key. Remember, you are in the driver's seat here. Yeah, the path is clear. I'm getting for some of you, the path is clear. I'm getting a name like Ra or Ra-Ra, Re-Ra, something. Six of Pentacles. You have 666 here. Something that has not balanced out and has never really been fair. It could be a relationship or a place you work or something that just wasn't fair, or even a family dynamic. Like, maybe somebody else was favored more than you or something. It's like, I get that you're actually taking your energy back. Some people might read this as this person sort of like donating. I'm actually getting that they're retrieving their energy. I think especially, when we look at it in the context of all these other cards, the Eight of Cups, the Six of Swords, Death card, even Six of Cups, even it's like you're not going back there. I feel like you're actually taking back your energy, as I said. Retracting, that's the word. You're retracting. And that as well, yes, that itself can also be healing. Very healing. That's how another way you're healing. You have a King of Pentacles here. And that's underneath the time for healing. And King of Pentacles, that is a good card for healing. That's a nice stable energy. That's a very resourceful energy. And again, this is about maybe how you're being resourceful is being mindful of your energetic reserves, So it's not just, resources as in money. It's your energy too. And also the pentacle is on this person's heart. Yeah. I'm getting some heart healing for you. Definitely some heart healing. Be proud too of how far you've come, this journey. All right, what else? Oh yeah, Wheel of Fortune. Times are changing and you are the one in the driver's seat, as I already just said in this reading. And that's what I always get with the Wheel of Fortune. That it's been difficult, but you've hung in there all the way. Mm-hmm. And I think for some of you, you have good news about something changing. You could also get information about a car. Maybe you're actually you're having maintenance and it goes well. So that's good. That's great. Let's see what else we have. Some of you, you need to charge more for your time or your services. I'm getting that kind of intuitively here. Like you need to, know your worth. Okay. We have under be bold and make the first move. What do we have here? That kind of spun around on my hand. You have the magician. So be bold, make the first move. Some of you might be resistant though to taking those first steps. You may be wondering too, should I follow up with somebody? Yeah. Should you show up at their door unannounced? Probably not. Does it hurt to send an email or a call to follow up on something? No. So if you're wondering about that, and that's why you came to the reading, there's a little clarification there. Now the magician card, that's, you with your creation here, you manifesting your desires, focusing. Some of you it's going to have to do with your talents, making something out of your gifts. Even you see the swirling hands kind of going there. There's definitely action here with this magician card. It doesn't just happen. It doesn't just come out of thin air, right? It's really, see, this person's really focused. Their third eye, they're tuning in. They're working with the energy. They're working with the energy. They're working with whatever resources they have. I just heard it is safe to love again, clairaudiently. It's safe to love again. Mm-hmm. And you have 3 of Wands. Oh, expansion here. What are you? This is great. Underneath be bold to make the first move. You have another card of action. You have the magician card, and now you have the 3 of Wands, a nice card of expansion. You can see they're getting ready to step out into something beautiful by the looks of it. There's a lot of light there. There's a lot of color. It's beautiful. Look at the hair too. I'm really loving this hair. This color, the color of hair she has here, this could really resonate for you. This color in particular. It's like a teal color. Beautiful. Maybe teal's one of your favorite colors, I'm getting something here about a superpower. What is your superpower? For some of you, you may be discovering a hidden talent, a new superpower. Yeah, that's pretty cool. All right. What else do we have? Let's give it a shuffle. I'm hearing wingtip. So those might be shoes. Kind of giving me that energy. I'm seeing like black and white shoes, like older style. 9 of Pentacles. Look at that. Underneath adjustments required. 6 of Swords, 8 of Wands. Look where this leads you. The beautiful garden of the 9 of Pentacles, the self-sufficiency. You've survived something. Not only did you survive, you thrived. You've risen above it. I'm seeing this person is literally levitating. I don't know if that's the creator's intention, but that's how I'm seeing it. And again, I'm getting something here really about blues, colors. There's like a periwinkle, there's teal. It's like colors that have blue in them, but it's not just blue. It's like, blue and purple mixed with like, green and blue, or, so it's like the teal and so I'm getting like a combination. So some of you, maybe you're an artist or a hairstylist or something where you work with colors. You put different colors together to create something beautiful. And I'm getting for some of you, you might be putting a team together, or you're part of a team now, or you're putting together like resources, or you're tapping into like multiple skills of yours and creating something, or you could even be coming up with new recipes. There's a lot of creation happening here. Lots of it. And this is great too, Libra, because we just had this new moon energy. And it's a really powerful time for change, isn't it? I hope you're feeling that too. It really is a powerful time for change, but you have to remember, take good care of yourself. All right. There's definitely again, adjustments are required. You want to avoid the burnout. And remember, you are above something. You're above something else here, okay? Oh my goodness, you have the Star card. Wow. This is like, Yeah, take time to breathe out. Enjoy your journey. Enjoy how far you've come. There's promise here with this card. It's like a really nice, like invigorating energy here. And you'll see this person, it looks like they're in their pajamas. Pay attention to your dreams at night too. Not just your dreams when you're awake and what you want to manifest, but your dreams when you're sleeping. Maybe it is time to restart that dream journal. Or if you're looking for an answer for something, jot it down, ask your guides too, if they can give you, ultimate clarity through your dreams that night. And you might be surprised that you might get it. Not necessarily the first night, but hey, it could be. Wow. So there's healing from the past here. The fact that you close something down, or again, like clean out the attic or clean out this or that, it leads to like a type of healing that you just like almost didn't anticipate. Like I didn't realize how cleansing and healing it would be on so many levels to reorganize the kitchen or something. It's like it could be anything. Or to clean out your car. Maybe you now feel freer when you're driving around in your car and like you have more opportunities because you clean out your car and it's like more enjoyable now and you feel you like appreciate it more. And you just, it's like, yeah. It's something like that, where something that you do that's really practical has an unintended, very like spiritually healing effect, or emotionally healing. 4 of Wands, 1111 card. This could be, marriage. You may find out about someone's wedding coming up or an engagement party or something like that, an announcement. But I really feel as though this actually is having more to do with balance. I feel for some of you, there is really this, like, I am getting a past relationship. Okay. So a past relationship that really wasn't very giving here, because we have that 6 of Pentacles and the 8 of Cups. And we have this 4 of Wands. Yeah, for some, it's a simple message of like, you're moving on to a new commitment. But I feel like this commitment is actually like to yourself, to not let something happen again. To realize that you're only going to enter into partnerships and situations that truly feel in alignment with you, where you're actually appreciated and seen. Some of you may not be feeling seen. Knight of Wands. Remember, I was getting superpower. Some of you, your ability to heal is one of your superpowers. Your ability to make something out of something difficult. Your ability to learn. For some of you, you're really good at learning. For others of you, you're really good with like physical things, very hands-on. Some of you, I'm getting, actually, you've been, an exceptional parent, aunt, grandparent, whatever, even if it's to fur babies, to me that counts. So yeah. And I hope to a lot of you it does. Yeah. Anyway, action, taking action. Some of you are taking control of a health matter at this point. And it could actually be you're helping someone else. You may be taking care of someone else who needs help, who has health challenges. I am getting that too. What else? You have the 8 of Pentacles. So you have the 8 of Wands. Now you have the 8 of Pentacles. And you can see this person's really, they're focused on their creation here, their work, some sort of project maybe. And it's falling with that, be bold and make the first move. Some of you really are, you're starting a new project, or you're actually following through on something that maybe you've been thinking about for a long time, taking actual action steps, because you have the 3 of Wands here too with the Magician. You may be getting some resources lined up. This is looking really good. I'm getting I know this is random. They all are randomly specific. I'm getting like like a rum walnut ice cream or something, or maple walnut or rum raisin or something. It's like that could be someone on this plane or not. That's maybe their favorite ice cream flavor, or but I am getting that. It could also be fudge. So, oh, okay. I'm getting the name Amy as well. Amy, or even Amelie. Sure, Amelia. Yeah, I am getting Amy. So now some people have asked with my videos, what does it mean when you call out a name? Well, it could be your name, and Spirit wants you to be, to know that they're, you're being acknowledged right now. Maybe there's something in this reading for you. And like, if your name is Amy, it could be that I just said something that you weren't sure if it was for you. And then I say Amy, and that's like your exclamation point or the arrow that, yep, that was for you after all. Or, the fact that I mentioned maple walnut or rum raisin or whatever, and you're wondering, oh, was that like my grandparents saying hello to me from the other side? And then I say Amy, and their name was Amy. Well, now it's like there's another confirmation. And sometimes it's just the energy is just swinging by and saying hello. It's a simple hello. So it can be a lot of different things, but always, do what's best for you, and just take what resonates. And if you find it upsetting, you don't have to listen, obviously. And you have spring. For a lot of us, it is spring. In the Northern Hemisphere, it is spring. And on this card, you'll see this golden egg. And I look at that as a beautiful opportunity. It might as well be an Ace of Pentacles, right? It's what you're asking for will become yours in spring. Rebirth, spiritual rejuvenation, love, and growth awaits. So for some of you, though, spring is now. And for others of you, it's in 6 months. So it could be between now and 6 months. And this reading is timeless. Paulina, I hear that name. Let's see. I was about to say something, then I'm like, no, I'm asking, okay, let's see what else. What do we got? Heart calling. Okay. The cards want to speak for themselves. Right now, I was about to say something, and I was kind of shut down. So I'm like, okay, by Spirit. So, all right. 2222 on the timer. Yes, what does that mean for you? Heart calling. Okay, I'm actually getting something that's never happened before. I'm getting almost this playful energy of like, look up 2222, do like an internet search of 2222, scroll, close your eyes, scroll, and just like let Spirit guide you, let your guide you, or your own intuition or whatever. Just scroll, like say you're on your phone, just do 222 angel number, search, and then as you get your results, close your eyes and then just pick one and click on it without looking. And that's the message that Spirit, the angels want you to read for the number 2222. Okay, I know it seems a little, what? I report what comes in, okay? So I myself have never tried it. You bet I'm going to try it when I get done with this reading. 2222. I want to know what the angels have for me with regard to that number. And they're making it into a little game, like scroll. And if you're on a computer, just pull up the number, 2222 angel number. You'll get your list. Just close your eyes and do and pick, like pin the tail on the donkey. Something like that, right? Interesting. Now with heart calling, it says, reveal your heart's calling. Maybe you need to be more playful, right? Maybe that's part of the message we're getting here. You have everything you need, and now is the time to follow your heart's desire. There it is. Follow your heart's desire, and round. So give attention to situations that keep repeating themselves. There is a lesson that you're resisting to learn. Doesn't that happen? That happens to me. Yeah. I do always ask myself, maybe you do too, as someone with a prominent Libra in your chart. What is the lesson here? What am I missing? Like, is there something I'm not getting? Help me. And I speak to my guides out loud. Maybe that's something maybe you feel silly doing it, but it's like, you shouldn't. Just talk to your guides. And oh my goodness, you have blessings. A major life change will bring you great blessings. prepare for the unexpected. This is a magical moment. I really do feel this is a magical moment. You have the Magician card. I think, yeah, you get a bonus reading, as I said, tomorrow on Mantic Mystic Messages. And I think Magician was in that reading because I just did that reading earlier today and for Wednesday. And now you have Magician again. And I really do feel there's a lot of magic surrounding you right now. You also said the Star card. I mean, that makes me think of there is, not only is it a time for healing and to be bold to make the first move, but it's like that's supported right now by the universe. So the changes you wish to make are being supported. And then we have stop. Funny because I just said that. And then we get stop. The conditions are not safe to continue on this path. Allow the universe to right any imbalance. Some of you know that you're not heading in the right direction. So we need to course correct. Let's get a clarifying card on that. Frozen. Stagnation will soon pass. Use it as a vehicle for self-development. So some of you actually need to pump the brakes. Before you act on something else, you need to work on increasing your personal power. Again, the very center, the heart of your reading is confidence is your key. That, for some of you, is the lesson that needs to be learned. That's that round and around. It's the lack of confidence and committing to things that you're better than. And I don't mean that in an arrogant way. I mean, you're maybe picking things that are not in your best interest. What else do we have? Now, thank you for that, by the way, Spirit. Thank you so much, guys. What else do we have? Whoa, we have a lot here. We have, okay, because here's the, okay, I get it. So this is why we need to stop. Some of us, we do need to stop. We need to work on the confidence and the personal power and really believing in ourselves and our ability. But it's so that you can have a brand new beginning. So build anew, blooming, a new dawn, and connection. Okay, we can't bring the past into our future. That's just not going to work. Okay, so it says, so don't hurt yourself trying to fix what's beyond repair. This is your chance to build something different. And, use those tools, your resources here. Again, there is magic in the air. There's a lot of magic around you, surrounding you, within you even. Blooming. So you're not built to shrink down to less, but to blossom into more, bloom and spark without holding back. Think star card energy. And again, remember I gave that metaphor or the analogy of like the garden and the compost. And what is compost? Well, it's like organic matter that it's like it's what you'd say maybe is like rotting when it's actually not, in a way, because it's actually going to lead to new life. So we can't really bloom until you've maybe trimmed away what's not worth the energy, right? New dawn and connection. So you will sense an energetic connection with someone. Trust it. Their company will bring many blessings. I think for some of you, you're not going to believe that, but yeah, there it is. I'm getting Virgo energy too. And then we have the worst is behind you with New Dawn. Exciting new experiences are on the horizon. I do feel that for some of you, the worst is behind you. For some of you, I feel like it's not. I feel like you might still be in it, but it's like have that faith, that hope, that optimism that this is the last of it, and that things will shift, and that things, wrongs will be righted. Is that can we say it that way? I don't know. Wrongs will be righted. But things are, they're going to shift. They're going to be corrected with that Wheel of Fortune and the Star card. All right. You have this positive shift here. So yeah, prepare for the unexpected. Yeah. Magical energy around you and within you. Again, though, the worst being behind you. Some of you really, really have gone through it, and you've been held back by some of you. You've been held back by people, or certain environments have held you back, have made you feel frozen. But this is the time to heal. This is now a time for healing with the Star card. And prepare to receive your blessings. Sometimes, there's usually the, in the Six of Cups, there are usually the flowers. The person's like, almost like someone's, the older person is giving, or is it the younger person? Let me think about this for a minute. And the Six of Cups, traditionally, there's like an exchange of flowers between one, an older generation and a younger generation. And it's sort of like, prepare to receive the recognition you deserve. You're going to be seen finally, or like appreciated. Because I feel like for a lot of you, or a lot of us, I should say, you may have been giving to just the wrong situations, the wrong people, and not your fault. It's just, we don't always realize, when we're doing it. And then in the end, it's like, oh, okay, yeah, I guess I've kind of been giving to something that's not really been giving back. And I'm getting this because you have like the Six of Pentacles and the Six of Cups. And I'm just getting like almost like people, or certain people are like pulling at your energy, or certain situations, or even past matters, or even health matters, or something, like pulling for your, like things, like everybody's vying for your attention, and it's kind of like really needing to get focused and clear on what is the life that you really want to manifest here for yourself. Where do you really see yourself? What really makes you happy? Like with this Magician. What else do we have? Speaking of relationships, let's dig a little deeper in the relationships. This is a love truth deck. Some of you, it's time to get organized, I'm hearing. Okay, we have stressed, uncomfortable, taking responsibility, mistakes. That could be what's on your mind right now. Or it could be someone that you were in a relationship with, or are, and they're feeling stressed because they made some mistakes, and maybe now they're taking some responsibility. Maybe they were, because this has chasing thrills, distractions, having good times, nightlife. Maybe they partied too much. Expansion, ripple effect, gaining momentum. Because I was wondering, actually, I didn't say this out loud, but I feel as though I'm wondering, is this like a situation, or I kind of feel like a little bit like I'm getting someone may be approaching you. Now, I don't know if this has happened yet for you or not, but you could have someone from your past trying to reach out to you. Okay, and you have this is like, it's unfortunately it's not a positive energy. It's negative energy, some sort of rejection, bad luck. That on that card, it's not a very positive card. Yeah, and there's like bad choices, karmic lessons, consequences here for this person. Okay. And I even if it's somebody who, we might say, oh, well, they deserve it. I don't bring joy in delivering messages like that, like, unfortunately for somebody, their mistakes are going to cost them something. So they're kind of paying for it. Maybe that it was that they lost you, or they lost their job or something, but it's like, it's not good. Okay. So I don't like going there in my readings. But that is, I talk about karma here, and I don't touch on it that much because to me, it's so straightforward. It's cause and effect. What you put out, you get back. You put it out, you get it back. Not always, like, not that we see. Like, for example, I will get comments from people saying, well, I put out good energy and all I get back is, bad energy. Well, I'm not talking about that exactly. I'm talking more about like someone, like you're not going to be able to be this this like really deep down whole spiritual being if like you're a spiritual faker. There are a lot of like fakers out there. And I feel like they're not actually really fulfilled, maybe. They're pretending to be. So I feel like just because we see something like someone's putting up a good front, like, oh, everything's great for them and it looks like they're doing really well and everything's great, people, just people in general, not like spiritual or whatever. But it's like a front. Really inside they're suffering, they're really struggling with something. And that's why like they misbehave, really. It's so I feel like they're having to live this like unhappy existence. We may not see it that way, but it's like kind of like you just have to kind of trust that like they're what they're doing, it's going to be dealt with, and it's not up to us to deal with it. What is up to us is what we choose to focus on. And I think for a lot of us, we are being that, bigger person, and we're having to bite our tongue, right? I had someone leave a comment recently about how their lip really hurts because they're having to bite their lip all the time. And I get it. But to me, it's like, it's not worth the energy and the effort to try to make sure somebody else gets their karma, because I don't have any say over that. We don't have control over that. Like if somebody treated you like just a good time, or didn't treat you well, or was always in that sort of victim mentality, their life's only going to be so good deep down, right? They might put up a front, have a nice suit, and have a nice car, and act like this or that, but really it's like they're probably hollow and empty inside because they're struggling with something, right? And it's like I try to have compassion, because I realize that we're all people. We all start out as like these little innocent babies, and then we get programmed and things happen to us and all that. And that's what ends up making these like nasty adults. Or not, they're not nasty, their behavior. I mean, the behavior is nasty, or it's dark, and that's what, so we're getting like this really, unfortunately, like negative energy here on these cards. And I don't like it on the table here, but sometimes we do have to, realize that that's around us, and it's how we decide not to get sucked in that matters, right? Just we have to stay on our path. And maybe I'm not saying it in the most eloquent way, but look, I'm looking at this deck, and what do we have right here? Toxic, incompatibility, painful love, karmic relationship. I mean, that's like, it's around us, unfortunately. Epiphany, revelation, enlightenment, answered questions. And then I also right here, I want to point out, you have guided lessons, learning stages, shadow work. There's still hope. Somebody could be getting their lesson, their medicine. And yeah, we'll see it eventually. If it's, on a bigger stage, or if it's like, like a world stage, or if it's like in your personal life, you might hear about it years from now. But we have to just kind of like leave that to the universe, And I think a lot of you realize this. You've already had this revelation. You already have this enlightenment. And that's why like you're drawn to more, readings that don't really focus on all that, right? That are more focused on the individual and our journey and stuff, like our own individual journey. But I guess I'm just encouraging you to like try to have compassion for people's situations. And I think most of you who are here, who watch me regularly, you do. That is just the way you are. That's awesome. And I appreciate you. And you're the ones who are forgiving in the fact that I'm not being like the most charismatic right now, because it's like a hard topic to talk about, sometimes like the not so pretty stuff, because you have this beautiful reading. But for some, I have to acknowledge that there's been something ugly here in the past that may still be affecting you. And it's time to let it go. And if you have objects, for example, mementos, letters, texts, photos, etc., and you know that relationship is done, I think you're going to find that by getting rid of all of that, you're going to gain momentum in the right direction. It's going to help release you from something that needs to be released. Okay. I do feel that. I feel that, again, there's something that needs to be released. It's the worst, the worst is behind you. Let karma deal with the rest with them. Or say you're dealing with, a neighbor who they're doing not so good things and they're in the building and whatever. And it's like, you've done what you can. And then unfortunately, it's like at a certain point, it's like, well, either you have to move, and if you can't, then how can you be in that situation and not let it affect you? I don't just talk about surface stuff in these readings. I'm going to I talk about, we go a little deeper here, and I have to acknowledge it, even in the most lovely reading which you have, that there could be someone's energy or something from your past, even from your childhood, that's still in the way. And for some of you, it's you don't believe in yourself, or you haven't been shown the love you deserve. And I'm sorry if that's you. It's not right. It's not fair. And, it doesn't need to affect your entire future, though. I strongly believe that we are not our experiences, right? We are not what happened to us. Yeah. So it's time to follow your heart's desire, as this card says here. Your heart is calling. Yeah. Wow. I don't know. That got really deep, huh? I don't even know if I should post this now. We'll see if I do, right? We'll see. All right, let's get an animal card for you. Whoa. Abundant gratitude. Wolf. Your heart's overflowing with abundance. The key is unlocking even more. What? And the key to unlocking even more is gratitude. Yeah, okay. I'll start over. Your heart's overflowing with abundance, and the key to unlocking even more is gratitude. You are blessed. Yeah, the fact that you are out of a certain situation, you are blessed. You removed yourself, or you've kept yourself out of it. Beautiful. Let's get another animal card, actually. I like these. Illuminated path, owl. The universe is guiding you towards your highest good. Trust you're exactly where you're meant to be. You're where you're meant to be. What do we need to surrender to? Let's get a surrender card. Surrender to wonder and awe. Open to the magic of every moment. Sense the awe and wonder in all of life. This is the attitude that's going to keep you connected to the ecstasy of flow. And surrender to trust. Trust yourself and your decisions. Don't be swayed by other people's strong opinions about what to do. Take action and be confident you have chosen the right path. Hold your vision. What do we have? Angel numbers. 11. Sign of intuition. You're learning to trust your gut feelings. If you enjoyed this reading, please do like the video, subscribe. And I hope me going on about karma and things wasn't too much. So hopefully you're still here with me. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you to all of my members. I appreciate you very, very much. And thanks for appreciating me for me, and all of your kindness in the comments and in the support you show me in general. So thanks so much for being here. Take care.